If you love art and you've always wondered where artists get their inspiration from and how their creative process comes to be, there's one place that you have to check out. And the history of this place has to do with bread. Check it out for yourself.
Hey, Adam Cooperstein here at the Bakehouse Art Complex in Wynwood, named by the Miami New Times the best art compound in all of Miami. Why is that? Well, we're going to give you a VIP tour and find out. Right now, I'm joined by the executive director of the Bakehouse Art Complex, Arlis Raymond. Thanks for joining us, Arlis.
You're very welcome.
I love this spot. I've never been here before, and I just, first off, want to know the name, Bakehouse. How did you get that name?
Bakehouse. That's an easy one. We used to be the American Bakeries Company, dating back to the 1920s and 30s. The facility was abandoned going back into probably the mid-80s was when a group of artists that were dislocated from Coconut Grove area started looking for property that they could buy so they wouldn't get the boot again. The facility, as I said, you start to look around here, we've got the old beams and the structures for when it was an operating bakery.
So you used to cook a lot of bread here, now you're cooking up some amazing art.
Absolutely.
And there are so many different spaces and rooms and whatnot, and it's open to the public too, so people can come on out. Give me an idea of what kind of experience people will have when they come to Bakehouse.
For first-timers, they are just awestruck. They walk in from the front door, as you did earlier, or from the other double doors by the silos. The silos, in fact, are the original flour silos from when it stored the flour from when it was bakery days. People are truly in awe when they walk in here. They see the high ceilings and the old industrial fans, which we've kept. The whole structure inside has been converted to artist studio spaces, working studio spaces for emerging and mid-career artists, as well as we have 2 gallery spaces and a classroom and other common areas as well.
So basically, when people come in here, instead of being in an art gallery where you're just looking at art on the wall or sculptures on the ground, you're seeing active studios. You're seeing artists at work.
At work, and artists that work here oftentimes 24/7. They have access to their studios 24 hours a day, and we're open 7 days a week to the public.
If you come into a studio and there's an artist at work and you love his or her artwork, you can strike up a conversation, get to know a little bit more background on the piece. I mean, that's a really great idea.
Absolutely. It makes the artist feel really appreciated when somebody is truly interested and asks them about their work. Unlike a typical gallery or a museum, this is where you really get to the grassroots. You get to actually speak with the artist.
And there's such a variety, too, here. I noticed we saw some sculptures. We saw there's modern. We saw woodwork. I saw people welding in the back. I mean, there seems to be such a variety. Give me an idea of what type of experience, as far as your artistic tastes, you'll get to see here.
We have more traditional artists that work in landscapes and all the various mediums. We have, as you said, we have painters, we have woodworking, we have welders, we have printers, we have photographers, we have ceramicists. So we have it all here.
The space here itself, it's always changing, too. I mean, you can come here 1 week and then come a few weeks later, and you're always going to find different things.
Absolutely. We have our opening exhibits once a month on the second Friday of the month, where all the artists are here with their open studios, and we have our opening exhibits typically in the Audrey Love Gallery and the Swenson Gallery on those nights. We often have live music on those nights and an open bar as well, and it's free to the public.
Art and so much more. And you're not just indoors, but I saw there also space outside. What kind of, what's the difference? I mean, I noticed some of the work outside and inside. Is that just people who need to have a little bit more fresh air and space?
It's typically artists that work in welding or woodworking, more industrial type of space for them.
I'll tell you what, Arlis, this area, Wynwood, has really exploded artistically over the last few years. Have you noticed that also helping the Bakehouse really take off and evolve over even in the recent, maybe the last few months or the last year or so? Have you noticed a change?
It is. The economics of the situation here, all across the country, basically, has almost in a sense helped us, because our mission is to provide affordable working studio space to emerging mid-career artists. So many of the artists have, are changing their live-work type situations, and they're coming to the Bakehouse.
Arliss, thank you so much for having us. It's been really cool to check out all the art, and you guys want to check it out too, right? If you haven't been to the Bakehouse Art Complex, every day of the week you're open 12 to 5, open to the public, and every second Friday of the month, open at night from 7 to 10 for art exhibitions. So it's a really cool place. Got to check it out. For Nonstop Scene Miami, I'm Adam Cooperstein.